Here we are once again on a day called Wednesday. My name is Chase Still Gray, and we are all together just the way I like it on this day for health and wellness. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Thank you for being here. Whoever brought you to this call, this Zoom, this energy, I'm certain cares a lot about you because we are here with kind hearts and spirits and fluidity. And on this day, we speak about health and wellness from any different angle, mental, physical, whatever we want to talk about that has to do with health and wellness, right? Today, specifically, I have a great friend of mine that we've had nothing but a great friendship all these years, and we delve into these things all the time. So it's just only fitting that I should bring her warm and kind spirit today with you on the Daily Huddle. What a gift you have. You have no idea. Let me tell you about our guest before we get into the conversation. Darcel Turner is a mother of four. She's a Reiki practitioner, domestic violence survivor, labor and postpartum doula, intuitive life advisor at Talk to Darcel and Light, Darcel podcast. Darcel loves to dance with life. She's a jack of all trades and has dipped her hand into burlesque, acting, dancing, and trucking. How about that combination, right? The former health chair of the Newburgh High's Fall NAACP, Darcel has authored and published 3 books, Dana Dances on Paper, Lather Layers, and Darc Oasis, a book of poetry, short stories, and enlightenment. Available on Amazon. Pick that up. Darcel has hosted Wellness Wednesdays with the Wellness Galaxy and has spread her divine light of healing on American African soul. So, as she says, let's continue to be inspired by others who are greater than us. Let's compound. Let's trust our process. Trust God. Let's be like water, fluid. Change is always a good thing. Please welcome to the Daily Huddle, Miss Darcel Turner. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. You're
Thank you.
looking well, looking
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you very much. So are you. Grand risings, everyone.
You know I appreciate you being here. You know I do.
It is an honor.
I don't know how we come up with these great topics, but when you and I talk over the years, I think we've known each other, man, when did I meet you? 2006?
2003,
3.
2004. Yeah.
It's
When my book
somewhere.
first came out.
Oh, I'm going to go with 5 because that was in
Okay.
between when I was migrating to my new place. So yeah, it was around 2005, right? That's a long
Yes.
time. Went by like that, right?
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
I was
So
asked,
20 years.
say it again.
20 years.
That doesn't make any sense. I can't figure that out. No, that doesn't make any sense. So when you and I talk about certain topics and different things, and I remember asking you what's on your heart right now. What are
Mhm.
you doing? What is the thing that you're concentrated on? And you were telling me about transitioning. You're going to be doing some different stuff. You're going to be raising the bar. You're going to be going toward your more authentic self and doing the things that call to you. And,
Yes.
and then this topic about how does one turn pain into love for expanded
Hmm.
wellness.
Hmm.
Unpack that for me from your perspective. What is that question asking and how does it connect to you?
Um, Turning pain into love. I've been through a lot of pain. So
Mhm.
we all have.
Yes.
Um, so how do you turn that into love? How the way I do it,
Right.
for me, it's more like forgiveness. You start with forgiveness.
Right.
Because for me, forgiving means to free up space,
Mm.
um, to free up the pain. And that allows you to have space to enjoy life, to shine, to remove the blockage, so forgiveness is the key, I think. And once you forgive, then you can smile. Smiling is the cheat code to tricking your brain that everything is going to be okay.
I
And
believe,
and it always turns out to be okay in the end. So if it's not okay, then it's not the end.
I love that sentence. I love when people say that. Um,
Yep.
what's interesting to me is that I know a lot of people like yourself, and I'm going to say something very specific. Think about the people that you know in your life that are always smiling. I have friends like that. They're always smiling. I'm like, did they smile because they like seeing me? Do I like seeing them? Are we creating, you know, and they're always smiling. I prefer to think that they're happy when they see me, as I'm happy to see them, and they're able to release this authentic vibe. That's a definition I put in. Like, oh my God, Chase, you and I have that kind of relationship. I don't remember ever seeing you where you and I are not smiling at each other and celebrating our current victories or our current states of being. So
Yes.
I read as I was researching grief, which I still research it quite a bit, that
Mm-hmm.
some of the happiest people are the people that are carrying around the most trauma and the
Mm.
most difficulty. And when I thought about it at first, I was like, hmm. So they've built up a wall with smiling and doing acts of kindness and being there for people in the way that people were not there for them consistently, like I know these people, right? And I've challenged some of them and said, but what's going on in here? Are you okay? And many
Mm-hmm.
of them were very honest with me. They were like, no, I'm not, but I'm happy around you. I'm glad
Oh.
you speak.
Yeah.
This is real. I'm not even making this up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how does that relate to you? I mean, I see you as a very friendly, open, authentic person, a great mother, doing stuff that you want to do, challenging yourself. I know that that's real. Do you find that in certain situations you bring this outer layer to protect yourself from those who are shooting bullets at you? Like you smile
Mhm.
through
No, see, there's levels to everything.
it? Hmm.
That wall is one level. You know, I don't have that wall anymore.
Good.
You know what I mean? It's more like it's the aura. It's all in the aura. It's about it's forgiveness, then there's, gratitude.
Right.
So when I am appreciative of everything, every single thing. I'm appreciative of the hard work I do, the sacrifices. I'm so thankful,
Yeah.
So when you have those things in your spirit, in your mind, in your orbit, smiling just comes from within. It's not. Now you can trick your mind into believing that everything is going to be okay. That's a good way. That's a good tool to heal. But
Right.
there's levels to this. So the level that I'm on is it's just that I'm just happy. I'm
Right.
grateful for getting through all the traumas, getting through it. Not over it, but getting through it. So that's I think it's really important to stay in prayer, to meditate,
Yeah.
love yourself. You know what I'm saying? I found out that through hard work and sacrifice, I found love. I found like real love through those sacrifices and hard work. I found it's really deep because you wouldn't think most people probably wouldn't think that they can find love through hard work. I found myself, and my strengths. I just want to share one thing with you. I
Please.
only had Okay, so yesterday I drove, I'm trucking, but I'm also in transition. Um I'm taking a sabbatical. I need that
Right.
because that thing has been gnawing at me. Like, look, you need to do this. You need to follow your heart. You need to be your authentic self. The trucking, yes, is going to give you money, but that's not where your soul, is not. So I drove. My son and I, we drove from drove through Kansas. We drove from California through Kansas, and now we're in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
I had about 3 hours of sleep. Okay, and I set my alarm and I said, no, I have to make this interview for Chase. Love is about, keeping your word,
Right.
and making the sacrifice. And I
Hmm.
got up and I did what I had to do and had some breakfast, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this. And this is so important. This makes me feel good
Right.
to be stronger than my slumber, to be stronger than sleep.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? To be stronger than my desires. That is the goal. The goal is
Yeah.
to slay your fears, slay your desires, and go after what you want. Be a freaking beast about it.
Right. It's It's interesting that you talk about that, and something came up in my mind that I'm going to ask you in a second. I study a lot of the tenets of Kobe Bryant, and he talks about going to the basketball court when no one's there, going when he doesn't want to go. He learned these things from Jordan. He talked with him intimately all the time. And Jordan said, I have my best workouts when I don't want to go.
Mm.
That was so amazing. Like I did it yesterday. I did it the day before. I did it the day before. I just take off today. And then someone
Mhm.
says, no, you're not taking off today. You take your hurt leg to that court and you shoot the 300 free throws. And after that, he said, I feel like a gladiator.
Mm.
Amazing. And the thing is, going back to this pain love thing, I was thinking when you were speaking about your children, when, I know your children because I met them when they were little and they were so beautiful and so kind and so nice and they showed me so much love. And I was thinking to myself, do you ever revert back to your childhood and now think about the example of love that you're giving to your children and how, well, I should say, to be more complimentary to you, the fact that you did give them so much love, that you see them receiving other human beings right now in love, and you realize, I did that. I planted that seed in them, right? I know I did that. And you go off into the world that way. When I talk to my dad, I talk to him all the time, almost every day. And he always says stuff to me. Every time I talk to him, he says something that when I leave the call, I'm like, man, that was incredible. What he said. Every time. I'm telling you. Yesterday or day before yesterday, he said, you know what? I went to these plays when I was away in San Diego, and I was speaking to my wife, and I said, when Chase blows up, he's gonna be
Oh.
one of these, and we're gonna be sitting in the city watching him in the show. He already saw me in shows,
Yes, that's
thinking
so
at another
beautiful.
higher level, right? Now he is in pain
Mm.
physically right now.
Mm. I'm sorry.
Never know it. If you saw him, you'd be like,
Mhm.
what? What do you mean he's in pain? Except like, walking with a little stiffness. So
Mhm.
this is why I bring up the kind of the connection between, who we are and how we show up in the world. If I
Mhm.
put on my best shoes right now with my nice Prada suit and my white shirt and my tie and my cufflinks, and I go out into the world, 90% of the people are going to go, that's a successful dude. He must be
Mhm.
from the company or something. I could be dead broke with lint in my pocket.
Mm.
It's the perception from the outside world. So
Yeah.
we're talking about when I was asking you about that wall, I don't particularly have that wall per se. I believe that I go out into the world 85, 90% happy.
Yes.
Stuff going on in my life, in my chest. Yes, absolutely. I'm not immune to that. But I also think that, well, how much of that can we give to somebody else? That's not their responsibility. We have to show up the way we are showing up.
That's
You
right.
know?
Mhm.
So when I see you and I hear you, I'm making a decision. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm trucking and I'm doing a little burlesque, but I'm be able to do this, doula thing and grasp the tools, right? I
Mhm.
think that creates more love because we are providing more for the vibration of life.
Mhm.
Have
Yeah.
more tools. We can affect more people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And the doula, what's more important than bringing life into the world, right? I don't even, there's nothing, right?
Yeah.
At this point, what are some of the things that you said you do what you love to do and what you're authentic about, and that brings you out of the pain into more love? Are we talking about pain from things that you didn't do that you wanted to do that you bring heartache?
Regrets.
We're talking about
Regret.
relationship pain. Oh, regrets. Okay.
So that's a regret that so I have unfinished business. I need to
Right.
complete that. I'm just basically checking off everything that I've wanted to do, bucket lists, regrets, all of those things. I'm working on those things. I'm not depending on anybody, or I'm not blaming anybody for the things that I did not complete.
Right.
So it is my responsibility to go after what it is that's been gnawing at me. It's that's another form of self-love. And not only that, I don't know when
You
I'm going
know,
to leave this planet. So I need to accomplish and spread love. That is uh, my assignment from the Creator, is to spread love courageously, fearless, be fearless.
Mm,
So spreading love is, for me, it's suppressing or letting go of the shy part of myself and getting out there and touching people, with words, with a smile, with a
right,
good word.
right,
You know what I mean? Just listening. That helps. So I'm here to do my part to make this a better planet for all of us. We all have a duty. We all have gifts, and we all have an assignment, you know? And that's I feel that's my assignment, to, if there's any pain lingering, it is my work, it is my job to work on that and pour and spread some love on that stuff.
right, right. And that's what I felt about you the first time I ever saw you. That's what's so crazy. I
Thank
remember walking down the street and hearing this voice come out of the cafe there off of DeKalb. And I remember walking in because I love the stage. I love people on
Yeah.
stage. I love being on the stage. I love studying the stage. Like I just love the stage. So I watched you from the back and I was like, wow, I like this, what she has to say. And I think I bought your book or something. I said hello or something. And we started talking. But this is why I believe artists have the most important job on the planet because we are showing other people, yeah, if you have pain, bring it to the front, right?
Hmm.
Transform it into love. Some of the best songs ever written
Yes.
are about pain. And
Hmm.
people say, well, why didn't that person write about love in the moment? Because authentically, that's not where they were. They were
Yeah.
right there in that painful moment, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Here's the catch. How much of your pain can you expose?
Mm.
That's the question. Why don't, oh, that's too much. Ooh, a little too close. Sorry. Don't want to talk, right? And we all have that part of us.
Hmm.
You right now in the space that you're in, I was thinking to myself, again, it's just perception. I don't
Hmm.
perceive you as somebody with a lot of pain because you always put so much love in the front. You and I have always spoken about high level things. We've never had a disagreement. We've never screamed at each other in any way. We've never been upset with each other. It's always been smooth, always pouring in, pouring in, pouring in, pouring in. And I want to know at this point, do you feel like you can manifest these things or take care of these things alone? Or do you need an accountability partner? Or are your children your accountability partners because you see them um, blossoming? Like, what's the fuel behind this? What keeps you going?
Okay, so I do have an accountability partner, and also I do have my children. And let's go back to what you had mentioned about my children, and what I saw in them. But I mean, by me raising them and pouring into them, I actually don't see it. They remind me of how an amazing mother I am. I'm just being myself. I'm just, you know, I've been, my grandmother loved me. My mother loved me. So I pour that into that's all I know. It's a natural thing. You know what I mean? So with my children, they remind me of how an amazing mother I am. I feel so grateful for that. Um, I'm sorry. I just kind of like veered off.
Oh, it's okay.
um, but yeah. So your question was about my children, the accountability. Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
do
just
have. I
wanted to
have.
know who you're
Yes.
connecting
And also you, like I mentioned it to you. I'm not telling everyone, but I'm also holding myself accountable. I created this, I don't know, I just something just came over me. I've been watching like Eric Thomas, and you introduced me to
to.
like
E.
Eric Thomas. Yo, like I put this other person in my head, like, come on, Darcel, get up. You got to do this. There's no excuses. Make this happen. I only had 3 hours of sleep. You can go back to sleep. I booked a hotel this morning, and I said, okay, I'm going to get myself up, do this interview, knock this out. That's spreading love into the world. Get my rest, hit the road, get back to New York.
Right.
So with his energy and with you, you and I having these talks, you are one of my accountability partners. I would love for us to reconnect in about 3 months or maybe 6 months down the line and do this again and see where we are. you know, but it's all about levels, and it's not about being comfortable. I don't ever want to be comfortable because that's making me complacent. It's about growing, expansion, you know? So I'm excited about the future.
Powerful. It's right here in front of us. It's
That's right.
right. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure if there's any comments or anyone wants to chime in that you can do that right now. Anybody want to say anything? Want to chime in? Um, I want to also give a special shout out to my boy Stan on the day of his bornness. One of my
Oh, happy
favorite
birthday.
people. You know, that's my brother right there. So I'm so happy that he's alive, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
That's so sweet of you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Empress Darcel.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
A blessing.
Thank
Anyone?
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Grand
This
Rising.
is Rashida. I'm impressed. Thank you so much for sharing our brother together. That's my brother from another mother. But I'm telling you, he came into my life and he's staying in my life. And thank you so much for spreading the love because in everything, everything in my point of view and everything I do is in spite of love. Because if we doesn't do it with love, it would not happen. It would not. You would not see the fruits if you doesn't do it with love. So
Yes.
love is my mantra. Love is my endeavor. Love is life itself. And
Yes.
like I tell everybody when I say goodbye to them, one love.
Yeah.
Just one love. Nothing else but one love. So
Right.
impress, keep spreading love because I'm going to do the same on my side. Thank you very much for your point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed. Rashida and Darcel. Boy, if y'all meet,
Beautiful. I felt it. I felt the love. I felt it.
you
That's
meet
beautiful.
her, I don't know what you're gonna do. It's gonna be like
Hug her.
fireworks popping out, aura explosion. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
It's
We
gonna be.
will just make more love.
One love.
Oh my gosh, Rashida and Darcel. Woo, my
Yes.
goodness, that's like a young Whitney Houston meeting a young Chaka Khan. My goodness. Listen, I love the connections, and I love that we can cross pollinate across these energies and auras and accountability and life experiences. This is why I come here, because this is what's going on,
Awesome.
you know. Um, so lastly, I wanted to ask you, it's like there's people who have a calling.
Hmm.
And right now in your calling, what's the thing that you've been doing or you intend to do coming up that's uncomfortable? Because that's where the joy is, getting over the uncomfortable stuff on the journey, like pushing through it. What's uncomfortable for you as it relates to turning the pain into love? What's the thing that I got to concentrate on this? This is what really gets me.
Okay. So what I'm working through and what I'm enjoying right now is being uncomfortable with being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay. I'm loving it. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable is making me feel so much more powerful. It's a form of discipline. It's something that I'm doing things that's different that I'm not used to doing. So in order for me,
Yeah,
I want change. In order for me to change, I have to go into the realm of the unknown. I don't know. And I am comfortable with that. So the part that I was not comfortable for a long time, since I was about maybe 5 years old, prior to the trauma, I was in my greatness. And then, certain people, low vibration, low frequency, they would, tell me, no, you're not. You just who you
no,
think you
you're
are.
not.
You ain't special. So
Yeah.
now I get to go back to the unfinished business. I get to resume from when I was 5 years old to now I'm in my 50s. I'm very happy about that. And I get to embrace my greatness. And I want to I'm excited. I want to share that with the world. And those who cannot receive it, that's not my problem. That has
Correct.
nothing to do with me. But it's about inspiring and sharing the greatness to the world. I want to be I want to share and shine my extraordinary light.
Right,
That's
right.
the plan.
Get on that stage, because I've seen you on stage. And when we had a conversation a while ago about you being on stage, you were like, "Oh, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know." I'm like, what? I did not see that when you were on stage at all. I was like, my goodness. And maybe
Oh, thank
it
you,
was
Star.
because, again, you were smiling. You were smiling so big. I was like, she must love this like ice cream sprint. Like, I was just like, I thought it was amazing. And that's what I see of you on your stage, right? When my dad, again, back to my dad,
Yes.
your highest vibration is when you're on stage. I really wish you could see yourself on stage.
I appreciate you.
Video of yourself, it's not the same. I can see it in real time. That's why you should stay in that. You should be right at your highest vibration. And
That's why I'm taking the sabbatical. I thank you, Chase.
Yeah.
And you're such an amazing man. And you will be there. And I just came back from San Diego. I love it. I'm thinking.
Nice.
I just got back about a few days ago. San Diego? What?
Nice town.
So your dad, God bless him. And I thank you. That's where I'm headed. It just keep gnawing at me. No matter where I run to different jobs, different industries, and that thing keeps gnawing at me like, you better get back. You better get back on that stage.
Beautiful weather, beautiful people on the water there. I mean, it's great. So I just want to ask you a couple quick questions. Do you have do you journal these things?
Of course. I was keeping a journal on my phone,
Right.
but I need to write.
Right. Yep.
I need to feel.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
There's a connection from your brain to your arm to the writer. You can read about it online. It's a real thing. There's a connectivity to that connectivity of the thoughts and the fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. I need this. So I journal all the time. I need that. It's like a purgative of my thought. But
I thought you did. I was just checking in with you. I was almost positive that you did. Yeah. Definitely. That's great. That's really great.
It's a part of who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have you back another time because I think people need to know about your children, the great artists that they are, and how they, I think, have gleaned from you and your ex-husband, who's a major, person in the hip hop world.
Yeah.
Everybody has these gifts, and we all just loop them together and go on our journey separate. I just think it's amazing, right? They say you bring up 3 or 4 kids in one house, and they come out completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it happen?
Yeah. But Chase, aside from my children's gifts and talents, I'm enamored with how their character and their hearts is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I feel so I feel like I have a PhD in being a mom that has raised children into adults that is touching people's hearts. That's just adding to humanity.
That's what it looks like from the outside. That's what I'm saying. It looks like that to me when I see them. I'm like,
they're
wow,
good. They're such good
are
kids.
really serious human beings.
Yeah, I feel so. That's why I'm able to do what I'm doing. That's why I'm able to just, hop all over the place and do these things because it's the sacrifice of putting some of these things on hold so that I can give to my children and raise them.
Right.
I'm very happy, very happy. I'm not thinking about the external. I'm thinking about how they can touch people's hearts and lives.
Excellent. Any last comments from anyone before we do our outro? Anyone at all? Chime right in. Okay. Not a problem, family. We appreciate you all being here as always. Darcel, we never have enough time on camera or off camera. It's incredible. It's just the time just eating up like the old Pac-Man game.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, where did the time go? Anyway, you got my number, I got your number. We always continue the conversation and the uplifting. And I'm happy that you got to listen to Eric Thomas. I put that in the chat. E.T., man.
Yeah.
Right. I'm putting it here on the Zoom. Eric Thomas, YouTube.
Yes.
You think you're really living? Watch this guy.
Okay.
And ask yourself, maybe I need a couple more reps in the gym.
Yep.
Anyway, listen, as always, we end with our tenets. Please love more. Please love more. If you don't think you loved as much as you needed to in the last 3 hours, do it again the next 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Laugh more. There's a million ways to laugh. Just click something online. You'll be laughing in 20 seconds, right? Stress less. Please stress less, because stress is what takes a lot of people out of our world. High percentage of people are suffering from diseases that literally have come from stress. They've manifested within their bodies, and now they're dealing with all of the plethora of stuff. I don't even want to say the names of them. You know what I'm going to say, right? Move your body intentionally every day. I do it every day. I'm so proud of it. Living in New York City, all the smells and the sights and the things going on, and it's just like a Broadway show everywhere you go. You don't have to go to the show, you're in the show.
Right.
Give of yourself the way that you would want to be given to. There's a lot of people who need food, they need comfort, they need coats, they need shoes. Give something of yourself. We all have a lot. We all have extra. We are millionaires to people in other countries. We have stuff that people can't even dream of having. So give it away. Give it away. My dad always says that. Give it away. You like that shirt? Take it. Dad, these shoes are great. Take it. I'm like, wow, thanks. That's how I grew up. Check yourself at all moments, please, before you wreck yourself. Eat more plant-based if you can. For a couple of days a week, why not? Just eat some more plants. It's right there. The nature is right there. The example of how nature moves and pushes through all adversity is right there in front of us every day. Stop and look at it, right? And lastly, just sleep a little more, you guys. Have a little bit more time in bed. If right now you finish this Zoom, you can take 30 more minutes. Take it.
Yeah.
Give yourself what is needed so that you can go out into the world, because it's tough out there. There's a lot of people dealing with stress and trauma and things that they can't deal with, and you might be the light in someone's day today. You could be the candle like this, and they're like, wow, who are you? And you could change that. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Thank you, Darcel. You will be back for sure. And have a spectacular day, everyone. We'll see you very soon. Peace.
Thank you, Darcel. Thank you, Jay.
Happy Born Day, Stan.
Thank you,
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
One love.